The Senate Committee on Public Services has started its probe on the Xiamen runway accident. Senators grilled Transport Secretary Arthur Tugade and MIAA officials on their actions in the crucial moments of the crisis. Mayan Los Baños has this story.
At the Senate inquiry this morning, Transport Secretary Arthur Tugade did not think twice in expressing his apologies to the passengers inconvenienced by the Xiamen plane incident last August 16.
I apologize to all our kababayans who were looking forward to a fun holiday. I apologize to all our OFW who missed their flights.
But after saying sorry, Tugade was also quick to insist that his department did its best to respond to the crisis despite the inclement weather.
Ang tanong, kami po ba'y nagpapetik-petik sa aming trabaho? Nagpa-easy-easy? Hindi po.
But Senator Nancy Binay was not convinced with Tugade's actions at the height of the crisis.
You should have been on top of that committee.
Ma'am, I was on top of the situation.
But namiyansa ako, Secretary, hindi kayo wala kayo dun sa scene of the crime. You were never seen during the, kumbaga, critical moments of the crisis.
MIA General Manager Ed Monreal meanwhile defended the secretary, saying he was in constant communication with his superior. When the senator asked them why it took them 36 hours to clear the runway, MIA officials explained the main challenges.
The place is muddy, may laman hong 4 tons of fuel, meron din pong...
Anong fuel?
4 tons of fuel. 4 na tonelada pong fuel.
Anong gagawin ninyo sa fuel?
Unang ang kailangan na protocol huron, tanggalin ang fuel. Tanggalin ang cargo, tanggalin ang mga bagahe para mas gumaan po ang eroplano.
Former Senator Sergio Mena, who was allowed by senators to join the hearing, castigated Monreal on his assumption that the stalled aircraft was in danger of exploding.
You are going under the assumption that the fuel is explosive.
It's also combustible, Mr. Senator.
It's not combustible.
Okay, sir.
It's not combustible. What is combustible is gasoline. Pero kerosene does not. Sindihan mo, wala yan. So your supposition that this is an explosive material is wrong. And you better learn that.
We'll take note of that.
Monreal explained they could not immediately allow the crane to extricate the plane because CAP officials needed to gather evidence first for their investigation.
In the meantime, you could have called the crane already.
On hindsight po, maganda po sana
No.
Hindi po.
Kasi po, you call the crane and the crane has to start moving from wherever it is to the side. Hindi ka tatawag ng crane pagkatapos ng lahat ng investigation. Kasi it takes the crane 2 hours probably or 5 hours to get there.
MIA's records show that it spent 33 million pesos to extricate the plane from the NAIA runway. Xiamen Airlines had vowed to cooperate with the investigation and to pay for the damage and expenses MIA incurred. CAAP is awaiting the analysis of the flight data recorder now being done in Singapore. Reporting for News 5, Mayan Los Baños, we are One News.
During the Senate inquiry on the Xiamen Airlines mishap, lawmakers cited major lapses in the virtual paralysis of the Ninoy Aquino International Airport. To tell us more about what went on, Paolo Romero comes to us live from the Philippine Star newsroom in Manila. Paolo, what exactly were these major lapses that were being cited by lawmakers during the inquiry?
Roby, the issues the senators raised were centered on 2 main areas. One is the apparent inadequacy or even absence of clear protocols to deal with such incidents, and second, the misappreciation, they said, or the underestimation of aviation authorities on the actual situation on the ground. As former Senator Sergio Mena pointed out, aviation authorities like the Manila International Airport Authority, General Manager Ed Monreal, could have immediately tapped the services of a crane operator to extricate or to lift the aircraft from the runway. It took them 9 hours. The aircraft reportedly skidded at around midnight, and they made a call for help for a crane at around 9 a.m. It took, and the inspectors from the private crane operators arrived at 2 p.m. and it took another 5 hours to assemble, and there was some accident, minor accident on the process of lifting it. So the crane had to be assembled and disassembled and reassembled again just to correct that extrication or the lifting of the aircraft. And another lapse, they think, was the issuance of too many NOTAMs, or the notice to airmen. The NOTAMs are advisories to the aviation industry, or those to be affected by the shutdown or the paralysis of the operation of the Aquino International Airport, on the status of the operations, whether it's going to be open or not. The MIA, Manila International Airport Authority, issued 6 of them. First would be assuring, saying that it would be open in about 5 hours or 6 hours, and then later it was extended, a total of 6 of them. Senators pointed out they could have just issued just 1 or 2, saying that the operations of the NAIA would be closed for maybe 24 hours, so that the affected airlines, could adjust accordingly. They also mentioned at the height of this incident, of this crisis, if you will, there were several uncoordinated flights that happened right under their noses, which could have even exacerbated the already bad situation on the ground. They also mentioned the apparent inadequacy of the training of the personnel. Trainings are held annually, but these are only tabletop or simulations, and the live exercises are held only every 2 years. They also noted that the Manila International Airport Authority did not provide for the stranded passengers, like providing food or mattresses or anything that would make their lives easier while being stranded at the airport, given that they have 15 billion pesos in cash at any one time at their disposal, which a small fraction of which could have been spent just to make these stranded passengers comfortable. On a broader perspective, Senator Richard Gordon mentioned that other agencies like the Department of Tourism, or maybe like the Interior, or other agencies, national agencies, could have just volunteered and pitched in just to help the airport authorities resolve the situation immediately, so that the 36-hour shutdown could have been shortened maybe to just a day. Roby?
Okay, thank you. That was Paolo Romero joining us live from the Philippine Star Newsroom in Manila.